All right, check it out. Hey, the Milkman's on the hunt for some more hot rods, and I ended up out here in Point Mallard Park in Alabama, right? I think this is considered Greater Tennessee Valley. However, did you know there's a show tucked away out here that's just awesome? I mean, there's like this whole field's full of cars. 31 years in the making. I never heard of this show until a few weeks back. It's huge.
Hot Rod Madness, where every car has a story. If you love rat rods, street rods, American classic muscle, even the unusual, including those ground-pounding, tire-smoking street machines, we got them. Fire them up, Hot Rod Madness style, with your host, Tim the Milkman, along with the Hot Rod Madness crew. Welcome to Hot Rod Madness. Hundreds brave the summer heat to make their way to Decatur, Alabama for the 31st Annual Greater Tennessee Valley Antique Car Show. Located at Point Mallard Park alongside the beautiful Tennessee River. It's one of the largest car and truck shows held in the region. Sit back and enjoy, and we hope you catch the madness.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, Tim, good to meet you.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Lawrence with the Cobra. This ain't no regular Cobra, man.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well spotted. It's a 2013 Shelby GT500,
Yeah.
but it's been pretty modified. It's running 800 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah.
800 horse.
Yep.
Now, what do you do with all that horsepower on the weekends, man?
Drive it gently and carefully. I don't want to get a ticket.
Don't want to get a ticket, he says.
It goes to ticket to jail very quickly if you're not careful.
Oh, man, I could imagine the performance out of that baby. I know what's under the hood. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
I want to get to some of the badging on the side of this baby. Whoa, tell us a little bit about this decal here on the door.
I'm Shelby State Director for Alabama,
Okay.
and I participate in a lot of Shelby events. We have a big annual one that all the members nationally come together on called the Bash, which is held at Shelby American Las Vegas.
Okay.
And that was back in, I think it was February of this year. So I was out there, and these are my track decals. We went out to the Pahrump racetrack, which is a little bit north of Las Vegas, and we had a couple of days we could play in the track and go hell for leather. Now, I didn't have this particular car out there because I didn't have time to take it out there and back. Yeah. But these are my track decals. I was in the Terlingo Mustang with one of the Shelby guys. But I didn't actually have I wasn't actually at the wheel. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to do that at the time because Shelby wouldn't insure anyone else just to drive it. But it was a lot of fun. So next year, we're going to take the car out there, then I'll have a chance to get in the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do track the car. I've been at Barber and some other events.
All right. It looks like a race car on the street, pretty much. I mean, man, that.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what. Pop the hood. I want to check out what's under there, man. All right, man. Look at that supercharger, would you? Wow. That engine is huge, man.
It's a 5.8 litre.
Yeah.
Stock, it had 662 horsepower with a standard TVS supercharger, which is still a lot. It was good for 202 miles an hour top speed if you wanted to go that fast.
Wow.
This is a VMP Stage 4 upgrade kit with a VMP Generation 2 supercharger. Had mirror polished by Billet Pro Shop up in Canada. So it's got the bling as well, but so yeah, it's running about 800 horsepower. Yeah. It's more than you'll ever need.
Yeah, now I'm glad to hear you say that you take it easy in it, because you know all the YouTube videos out there, these things crashing into the poles and you got to be careful with a ride like this.
Let's say taking it easy on a Shelby like this is a relative term.
I know.
I do have an advantage. I'm married to an officer. my wife's a police officer, so that's we don't take advantage of that.
Did she ever get on to you, man, about burning rubber?
She drives it.
She drives it. Okay.
She can drive it too. Yeah, she's a federally certified law enforcement driving instructor, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Well, the engine's so wide in these things, it takes up the entire bay.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're looking down through there and you see grass or concrete, something's probably fallen off. There's not much room in there. Yeah.
Love the badging under here. Love the 50th. Ooh, the Shelby American 50 years, 62 to 2012. The carbon fiber.
Yep.
Wow, what a ride, man.
Thank you, thank you. This is actually a dipped carbon fiber cover here, although I've got some real carbon fiber stuff on the inside of the car.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you don't see. It's an upgraded 1,000 horsepower Mantic clutch, an upgraded racing shifter.
Let's check it out, the interior. Come around here and pop a door. There we go. Look at these Recaro seats. That looks comfortable. Your shifter's right there at your hand. Wow. Nice and comfortable in there for speed, right?
Tripod gauge here with my vacuum boost and my fuel ratio and fuel pressure, which is pretty important. You've got to keep an eye on that on this type of car. So,
and how long have you owned it?
I bought it from new. It was actually bought on September the 11th, 2012. Now, the date was just a coincidence, but it's a date I'll never forget because that's how long I've had the car. So, the car is about 6 years old, roughly. It's done 41,000 miles, so I do drive it. It's not a daily driver, but it's not a garage queen either.
Got to go enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, hey, you're with a club here. I see a lot of Mustangs in this row. What's the name of the club?
Well, this is the Limestone County Mustang Club. Some of the guys there, and a few of the guys from the Rocket City Mustang Club over here. I'm in both clubs.
Wow, okay.
All
right, hey, check it out. I'm just about too cool for school, but it's hot out here. I'm melting. Greg, how are you, man?
All right, how you doing?
Okay, man, I'm out here looking at some really cool cars.
Nice ones out here
and
today.
you know what? In the 100-degree heat, they're still cool, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun, even though it is warm.
Oh yeah, where are you from, sir?
Here in Decatur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Local, right here in Decatur, Alabama. 67 Impala, correct?
Right.
All right, man. How long have you owned this thing?
Oh, since '91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had time to do some work to it, ain't you?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. What we sporting in this baby, man?
Well, it originally had a 327 275, but it's got a 350 in it.
Yeah.
With a factory turbo 400. First year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turbo 400. You can't tear one of them up no matter how hard you hit them, right?
Tough. They're tough. Yeah.
I do like those. Yeah. And as far as the body goes, man, did you do the body work yourself?
I sanded it and another guy painted it, but it's been years since it was painted. Needs a little bit more work done to it to make it really nice.
Yep.
It's a good cruiser and I enjoy it.
Sure. Man, you take the whole family somewhere in an Impala, right?
And more in the trunk.
Yep, more in the trunk. You know, well, one of the biggest reasons I come out here and look at these kind of cars is the stuff that I'm accustomed to. You know, in high school, I had a 68 fastback, you know. These cars are so cool.
Yeah, they're different. You don't see many of them anymore.
Yeah, stuff like this is becoming scarce, and it's up to you guys. Keep them going so Hot Rod Madness can come talk it up about it, man.
I'll do my part.
Yes, sir. Pop the hood. Let's see what you got under there. Oh, yeah, look at those valve covers. Love the orange stripes. You know, I had a set like that on one of my old cars. Yeah, I like it. Matches the GM block and all. You got the air cleaner painted up like it. Yep, always love to see that kind of stuff, man.
I like it.
So that 350, right?
Yeah, 350. I won it at a car show.
Really?
Yeah.
You won the engine at a car show?
Yeah, sure did. About 8-9 years ago.
Wow. Okay, folks, there you go. That's what you can accomplish if you go to enough shows.
I've won 3 of them.
He's won 3. How you win 3 engines, man? What's up with that?
I don't know. Look.
You know the guy with the show putting it on there, right? All right, Greg's got it going on with the 350 small blocks, I guess. So now you got your choice of engines you can put in this baby, right?
Well, I sold 2 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sell a couple of them, put the money into the Impala. Gotcha. Hey, man, I appreciate you showing your ride here on Hot Rod Madness, buddy.
Thanks for
Take care.
down.
How you doing, man?
Good.
All right. Love these old Chevy pickups, man. You got one. Beautiful truck, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The paint's just popping on it, and the sun, you know, as hot as it is out here, when I'm walking around looking at these vehicles, man, I'm checking this out going, oh, here's one that stands out. Love it, man.
Thank you very much.
What year is it?
68. So 68. Just had the marker lights deleted, so everybody thinks it's 67, but it is 68.
Yeah, when you take the little details out of it, man, is it kind of what year is that? You know, you can't really tell. The subtle little things give it away on what year it is. The grill, marker lights, tailgate, things of that nature. Yeah, beautiful ride, man. You had it built locally?
The truck was built in Texas. Really? Originally built, then I bought it and done a lot of stuff to it since I bought it. Okay. I bought it out of Atlanta, but it come out of Texas.
It looks brand new. Wow. Somebody did a fantastic job. I'm looking under the hood here going, man, Edelbrock stuff. Nice little crate motor probably. Polished parts all over it. Beautiful. Hey, man, where you get parts for this thing?
We get a lot of stuff like Year One, Summit.
Oh, yeah. This probably ain't the only vehicle you're doing, right? No,
we're building a 67 Camaro convertible, me and my son. Okay. Yeah, and of course, this is a Year One part of everything.
Sure. Yeah, they have parts for everything, man. Trucks, we're working on Camaros, Novas. Year One. Where'd you get the wheels, man? Look at those.
Those are, I got them at a local shop. Yeah. Just a local shop.
What are those, 20s? What are they?
20 by 8s and 20 by 10s.
Yeah. That's probably the way to go nowadays. You know, the big wheels and tires. 5-spoke, love it. That's one of my favorite designs. Yeah, man. Where'd that seat come out of? Check that out. Dollar bill. See if you can get around over there and get a shot of this seat here. You know, everybody always asks, where did your seat come from? I guess they're looking for the most comfortable ride you can get for a pickup truck. And that one looks really good. What is that?
That is a seat out of a 96 Silverado. Of course, it's a 60-40 split. Yeah. Just done the headrest delete, which gives it that low back look for the truck. Yeah,
you match the carpet up with it perfectly. Almost looks distressed leather. Yeah, that looks good. I'm digging the look, man. Beautiful. You matched it up with the dash, a couple of stainless cup holders there in the center, and the wood in the bed. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. You know, versus the step side beds, man. You can haul a lot of stuff in these if that's what you do with it. It don't look like you haul nothing in this one. Look at that.
Just stuff to the show. That's about it.
Yeah. Beautiful truck, man. I had to show it off. You know, people all across America love the classic C10s. There you go. Hey, man, appreciate you showing your ride. Mike, how are you, man?
Doing fine, Tim.
Doing great out here in the hot, blistering sun.
It is.
Looking at some really cool cars, man.
Thank you.
Ooh, 67 Firebird, right?
Almost like it came from the factory.
Okay. Real close anyways, right?
Real close. I changed the color. The original color was a linden green, which everybody knows is the worst color General Motors ever put on a vehicle.
Well, maybe, but you know that is period correct stuff. Right. So if it was that color, you'd be just fine.
Well, I like looking at this better.
What color do you call this?
This is silver glaze. Okay. It was most usually done on Corvettes. Few Firebirds, not many, mostly Corvettes, but it looks perfect on this car.
Well, I got to tell you, it still looks fantastic, man. That is a beautiful ride. The Firebird. Don't get no better than cruising in your Firebird with the top down, right, sir?
Yeah, I did it all from scratch. I took it down every last nut and bolt and rebuilt it back the same way, did all the work myself, all the body work. I did the paint, all mechanical, engine, transmission, whole 9 yards.
Wow, how about that? Man, that looks fantastic, man. Look at this interior, would you? It looks brand new. How about that? Nice and clean. This is what you call a boulevard cruiser. Well, it's what I call a boulevard cruiser. You can get you a tan cruising in this baby.
Yes, you can.
That old wooden steering wheel, man, is that factory stuff or is that something you put on there?
That's a replacement steering wheel. The originals, being made of the type of plastic they used back then, usually don't last that long.
Well, you know, I had one on a Chevelle, and I just got to tell you, you come out on a hot 100-degree day, man, and grab a hold of that wheel, man, you know it. Well, it's hot.
Yeah, if you grab hold of the metal part, you will.
It's burn your hand. Anyways, hey, it looks great, though.
Thank you.
I never took mine off because it looked great. Now, what you sporting under the hood, man? Maybe the 400 from Pontiac?
No, it's the original 230 cubic inch, 3.8 liter overhead cam.
Nah, nobody does that anymore.
Well, everybody jerks them out and put a big block in them.
So is it clean? Can we check it out?
It is.
Let's look at it, man. Oh, yeah, look at that dollar bill. That's an inline 6 from Pontiac. That's a strange-looking 6-cylinder. I mean, it is long, man. Look at that thing.
Well, it is overhead cam, which is something Pontiac had only done long before this. This was a John DeLorean engine. He wanted it to use it as a Bitter gas mileage, but still pretty good performance engine.
Okay.
And it runs off a fiberglass tooth belt, and I have never heard of one having a belt failure.
Really?
It's a non-interference motor, so if a belt ever does fail, you don't have your pistons and your valves talking to each other real closely.
Okay, I can imagine it's quite dependable.
Oh yes, this is absolutely. I rebuilt it from the bottom up, and it runs really, really nicely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You decided to keep the original 6 in there, you know? That's all right, because nobody hardly does that.
Right, and that's what really attracts people to this car. They look at it and they say, what is that?
Yeah.
You know, they're expecting it to be like everybody else's, but I wanted it to be the same and be different.
Is that automatic or straight shift?
It's 3 on the tree.
Yep, okay. Wow. Bare bones 3 on the tree, man. Period, correct stuff. That's cool. You can probably even still get parts for this thing through Year One or somebody like that.
Right. And actually, I had somebody on one of the forums who did some research on these particular motors and body combinations. Yeah. And according to them, there were only 318 made that year.
Wow, how about that?
Of this configuration with the overhead cam 6, convertible, 3 on the tree.
How about that? That is pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
But it's a really enjoyable car to have and drive.
I'll bet. I bet it's fun to play around in, man.
It is.
Cool. Oh, check it out, a Pacer. You the owner of the Pacer, lady?
Sure am.
Yeah, what year is it?
This is a 76.
76 Pacer. They still exist. You see this?
Barely.
Barely? Do you drive it all the time?
I do. Yeah. I drove it here from Tennessee.
From Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. I guess the Pacers are kind of dependable. She drove it from Tennessee to Alabama. David, how are you, man?
Doing great, doing great.
Doing great out here in this 100-degree heat.
Boy, need to match it too, eh?
Yes, you know, that's how it rolls at car shows in the summertime around here.
Yeah, that or storming.
Yeah, and you know, your vehicle may be a little warm on the inside too. It's flat black.
I know it.
Woo,
I know
man.
it. It's and it shows off on the inside when it's hot.
Yeah,
so
I bet. You got AC in this baby?
I got AC in
Oh,
it.
you're good then.
Yeah,
Hey, all right, David.
Just
good.
get it on the road and get to letting the air flow.
Exactly. What year is this thing?
It's a 1939.
Wow, that's got to be more than a half ton. What is that? 3/4?
It's a 1-ton panel truck.
Yeah, buddy.
The 39 is a transition year. It's the first year of this body style. It went to 47.
Yeah.
These headlights and the grill and everything are all 1 year.
Okay.
And later, the 40s and on up, they had different grill and different headlights that pretty much stayed the course of the body style. Mm-hmm. So to try and find anything for this is pretty rare.
Wow, yeah. You got to really look around, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad it was all there when I finally unboxed it.
Oh, man. Yeah, the better you get them, the better you're going to be restoring it or whatever. And you made this one a four-wheel drive, didn't you?
Yep, sure did. Actually made it V8 automatic, power steering, air conditioning, and four-wheel drive.
So what kind of suspension did you use?
Used an International Harvester out of a Scout 2. Yep. It had a 2.5-inch lift kit on it, and I incorporated it straight onto this with the Dana's and the International transfer case.
Yeah, so you got some heavy-duty gearing going on under there.
Yeah, 373 gear, so it gets on down the road pretty good too.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Panel truck. That's long wheelbase panel truck. Thing's huge, man.
133-inch wheelbase.
Yeah. You could advertise anything you wanted on the side of that.
That's right.
Yeah, what's it say on there? Missouri what?
Missouri Bureau of Mines is what was on it. Okay. Just kind of kept it on there. Okay. I got the Missouri title. Yeah. So we tried to figure out the best we could maybe what it was about and who, you know, I guess when the miners in the 30s are getting killed, they kind of put out a mine inspection teams, and this is a vehicle that they used. Wow. And so when I found it, it only had 12,895 miles, what it said on the title.
Oh, how about that? So, okay. Yeah, so the body was in pretty good shape then.
Yeah, great shape, and best we can figure, when the war broke out, it got put to the side because it wasn't war effort. Everything went to the war effort. So. I'm glad they put it away rather than melt it down.
How hard is it to pop one side of the hood? Let's check it out.
All right.
All right, David. Yeah, Mopar stamped right on the valve cover.
Yeah.
Double stack air cleaners. What you got in there, man?
It's a 91 Dodge truck engine. It's a roller motor engine that I put in here. I wanted to keep it all original Mopar. 727 automatic out of a military M1008.
Oh boy, yeah.
So,
Heavy duty stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and
you can actually use this thing to work in or whatever you wanted to.
anything you want to.
Yeah.
It'll haul anything.
Yep.
The only two things it don't like is whoopie bridges and railroad crossings.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
Yep.
It's stiff.
All right, man. That's a cool vehicle, man. Like I say, you can do anything with it. There you go, panel truck, right? David, thanks for showing your ride here on Hot Rod Madness, man.
Yeah, buddy.
All right,
Sure
take
enough.
care. Hey, Joe, how are you, man?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Hey, what year did you model your Volkswagen after?
Well, it's modeled after a 40 Ford.
Yeah, I see that. You got some heavy body mods going on here.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Did you do that yourself?
I did.
Yeah. Maybe you got a garage in your backyard and you went after it with a sheet metal gun or something.
Well, I chopped a 40 Ford to pieces.
You did.
It's got Ford fenders on it and Ford top and all that stuff.
So I'm guessing the 40 Ford was a basket case, and or was it a real nice one that you cut up?
No, it wasn't nice.
Okay.
It rotted out.
Yeah. Okay, there you go, folks. That's what you can do with a 40 Ford and a Volkswagen, man. That's pretty creative there, sir.
It's got a 914 Porsche block in it.
Okay, all right, sir.
And I topped it with a 74 hood.
Okay, not only does this thing look like a 40 Ford, it may run a little faster than your average Bug. Hey, man, I appreciate you showing your ride, buddy. You take care. Stay cool in the heat there, Joe. Okay. All right. Dwayne, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good as well. Actually, I'm melting out here. It's about 100 degrees, but that ain't going to stop us, man.
No.
For looking at this. Wow, look at that paint, would you? Pearl? Some kind of pearl?
Yeah,
purple?
It's, purple passion pearl.
Okay, all right.
And my painter said it was a 1-year color for a late 80s Ford truck. They only used it 1 year.
Oh, okay. So it is a correct Ford pickup color.
He may have put some pearl in it himself. I don't know.
It sure does sparkle in the sun. He might have added something to it. that baby's shining, buddy.
Yes,
that's cool.
It is. It's we're happy with the color.
Ooh, yeah. What year is it?
It's a 1955.
Okay, 55 F100. Man, who striped this thing? I'm looking at some pretty cool pinstripe going on there.
We've got Michael Swan did the pinstriping on it. And he did it twice. He started out without the red, and then after we added some more to it, and we wanted the red, and he came and put the red on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in just the pinstriping on this thing.
Yes.
That's pretty detailed, man.
It is. Well, it's under the hood.
Yeah.
It's on the glove box. It's on the tonneau cover and the tailgate.
Oh boy, pop the hood on it. I want to see what's under there. Oh boy, what are we looking at here, man?
It's a 1988 Lincoln 5.0 town car engine with an overdrive transmission, which is really a 302. But the 5-liter had roller lifters in it.
Okay.
And it had fuel injection on it, and I took all that off, put a carburetor on it and a different distributor, and never looked back. It's run real good. We've been out of town a number of times with it.
Okay.
And we haven't regretted that.
There you go. Nothing beats a dependable street rod, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Nice, man. Nice build. What you got for interior here?
Okay, we have bought seats from Speedway, so out of their catalog, and then we had the panels came from mid-50s. They're ABS, headliner panels, and the back panel, all of that's ABS. And what we did is we had them upholstered, and we had the seats reupholstered with the same fabric as this. And then the console, this is a Jeep console, and we had it reupholstered with the fabric. And we used a cloth headliner on the sun visors and the headliner down, and then run to the window we went down with the vinyl.
Man, that looks good in there. Wow, the gray leather looks great with the purple. Yeah, you get a polished steering column with the wood grain steering wheel, matches the gauge cluster. Very nicely done, sir. Jimmy, how are you, man?
I'm all right.
All right. Always a cool way to build a hot rod with a tunnel ram and 2 4s. How big's that motor, man?
That's a 283.
283. You don't see those anymore, right?
That's old school.
Yeah, that's old school stuff, man. How you doing, sir?
Neil Bishop, how you doing?
Neil Bishop. Could you find a red Cadillac, man? Look at that thing.
It's almost red.
Wow. Major cruiser, buddy. What year is that?
1948.
48 Caddy. Wow. Ragtop Caddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, you know, to the average Joe looking at that, we're going, what does it take to build something like that to this level? And you got one, man. Tell us, how'd you do it?
Well, it just takes a lot of time. You know, it's got it's a lot of work to it. You change the engine, transmission, rear end, sand the body and paint it, and redo the upholstery and the top. And it's just time consuming.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I can look at this car and go, yeah, you spent a lot of time on it, man. That body is perfectly straight. I mean, somebody does some really good body work. Is that you?
No, I had a friend of mine that did the body work. He's in the body business. I did the mechanicals, and he did the body work.
Gotcha. Now, did you start out with a decent body?
Yes, it was a really nice car from Kansas. No, it didn't have to have any patch panels or floor pans or anything like that.
Yeah, see, that's a big plus when you can find something good to work with to begin with.
That's correct.
That's good. Yeah, you stuck with the Caddy wheels?
Yeah, them's 02 DeVille wheels.
Okay.
And it's got a 9-inch Ford rear end in it. And, a Chevy 502 engine.
Really?
And a L80E transmission.
Yeah.
It's got the 98 Seville seats, and got a rear camera in the right rear tail light.
Okay.
And of course, I got to upgrade on the instrument cluster. It's by Classic Instruments made the cluster. And but it's just time consuming.
Yep. Details, man. Golly, the details make this baby pop. Beautiful in the sun out here, man. I know it's hot. I gotta see under the hood though. What you got under there, man? Let's see it. Oh boy, look at that polished induction going on there. Man, that's gorgeous. Wow, what an engine bay, man. It's huge and you filled it up pretty good. Yeah, that's a 502?
502 Ramjet.
Yeah, okay.
It's a across-the-counter engine from Chevrolet Performance. And of course it's been polished and painted, and engine's been ground smooth and painted. Transmissions have been ground smooth and painted.
Wow.
And just a lot of little time.
Yeah, okay. What did you do for a living, man?
Well, I've run a auto mechanic shop for the last 28 years. Before that, I worked for Reynolds Metals Company as a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
And but I just enjoy working on these and just turned a hobby into a business.
Yeah. Look here, folks. When you see something like this, yeah, dude's probably an engineer. Oh boy, look here. The tombstone type gauge cluster, the steering wheel. Look at that interior, would you?
That's really good. It's got a telescopic steering wheel out of a 70 Cadillac.
Yeah.
It's got, of course, I added the electric power windows. They were originally hydraulic, and I did away with that system since it didn't function very well. Added air conditioner, which wasn't available in 1948 on any car.
Right, okay.
And it's got seats out of a 98 Seville, and they're like 10 or 12 way seats. The headrests move up and down, and seats are built into the seat belts are built into the seat so you can get in and out of the back seat without crawling over the belts.
Yeah, some of that engineering stuff going on there. Looks great on the red with the black top. That's beautiful, man. Well, very nicely done, sir. Cadillac at its finest, right? Restoration job, A+, buddy. Hey, man, that's all the time we got this week. I know I'm melting in the sun. I know Dollar Bill is. Wow, what a day at Point Mallard Park in Alabama. Wow, what a show. I mean, it's an incredible show. If you ever get a chance, come on out, see this thing. It's there's a lot of cars out here, man. We didn't even cover half of them. So anyways, till next time, see you. Keep them classic wheels rolling. I gotta go.
We hope you've enjoyed enjoyed this episode of Hot Rod Madness. Need more madness? Like us on our Facebook page at Hot Rod Madness with Tim the Milkman, where we feature more video segments from our episodes, awesome photos, car care tips, and more. Also, check us out on our webpage at timthemilkman.com. Get the madness.